My name is Dr. David Brown, and I am the co-director of the Fairfield Foundation.
And I'm Thane Harpel, the other co-director.
Rosewell is best known for the home of the Pages, and essentially they're the ones responsible for having funded most of the construction of the building. The Pages were amongst the wealthiest in all of the colony. Economically, they were at the center of a small community, and so that involvement really makes what we do in preserving this place the place others can embark from to go ahead and to learn about Virginia colonial history.
That house has become a symbol for the colonial plantation past. It was the grandest house in Virginia that we know of. It rivals any other plantation complex that you can go visit today. It was larger than the governor's palace.
And for us, it's always been much more than that. So it's the indigenous groups that were here before the building was ever built. It was the hundreds of enslaved Africans who were here working the fields, largely responsible for the construction of the plantation. And there are other families that are associated with it in the 19th century, even in the early 20th century, that are still important stories.
It's more than, just bricks. It's more than architecture. It's more than the landowning families. These were massive plantations where hundreds of people lived. And there are a lot of stories there about the different people that were on the plantation. Most of the people there were enslaved. And many of them, we don't know their names. We don't know much about them. But we have a site where we can study those things through history, through documents, through archaeology. And there's a lot in the ground that can tell us about their stories. And so when we go and uncover fragments of wine bottle glass or various ceramics from different places, nails, other artifacts, each one of those can tell us a part of the story of people that were on the plantation and what they were doing. And so we want to be able to tell that story through the parts that are left.
I'm Diane Carter DeMeo. I teach history at Gloucester High School, and I'm a descendant of people who were enslaved here. My grandfather was born in 1910, and he was a little boy, and he remembered when Rosewell burned. The uncles who had run away to join the Union Army and fight in the U.S. colored troops had also built houses on the property there. And they saw that there was a Bucket Brigade going up to bring water from the river to try to put out the fire. And James was asked by his brother, are you going to go do this Bucket Brigade? And he thought about the people who had been sold to pay for the lead roof at Rosewell. And he said, let her burn. That idea of people as property, people as commodities, people as things you can exchange for a new roof is as much a part of the story as the grandeur and the beauty of that wonderful house.
One of the best things for us is that we're never 100% certain of almost anything. Almost every day we're challenged by something that we see in the ground or something that we see in our interactions with the public that help us better understand the power of these artifacts, of these places, because they truly do benefit us and our community in keeping us grounded, keeping us understanding about where we've been and what our potential is, in some cases an absolutely frightening potential. In other cases, it's a marvel, absolute marvel to see what others had created and to know that we could potentially do something as magnificent. And so really it's a joy to go ahead and to work at the sites each day to say, this is not only our story, but this is our future.